Welcome back, everyone. Going into the second hour here.
We killing these kids or what?
No, Adam, I asked Sean. Sean, do you respond at all when I speak into your mind?
First I drink water.
Okay.
First Ninjatron takes a long draw from his flask.
Yeah, I'm gonna look over and give a little nod, and I'm gonna say,
"Now, children, while you're here, I want to remind you that there's no reason to be afraid. And I think that it would be great to do what we always did as gnome children and sing a song. Do you remember the songs you used to sing as children?"
I love that you just said we're not going to harm you, and then I'm going to do what I'm going to do. So do your song, please.
And they look at each other and they look at you and they're like, "Of course." And the other one says, "We know lots of songs."
and I'm gonna go,
"What are your favorites?"
And they look at each other and they talk a little bit in their little like twin language, and then I think they start singing like a little like nursery rhyme about a little gnome boy who got lost in the woods and met a badger, and they go on an adventure and they come home safe and sound. And it's just like a little sort of limerick like song poem, but they sing it and they take turns doing the verses. It takes like 15 seconds.
What does that sound like?
It takes like 15 minutes. And I recognize this. These are the songs that we used to sing as children, right?
Yeah, it's just like a common gnomish children's song. Yep.
So I feel a little calm, and I say,
"That's great, children. Now remember, if you're ever feeling scared, it's totally okay to just sing a song and think back to the more peaceful times that you're going to be going back to after we're done with the Rock Gnome King."
Yes, but perhaps sing it a little quieter. You don't really want to draw attention to yourselves while you're sitting in this cell here.
Yeah, and Tinkle or Fuzzwick says, "Don't worry, Mr. Torbisher. We're not scared. Not anymore."
Adam, I would like to use one of my divine senses just to see if they're undead, fiend, or celestial.
Okay.
Look, I'm going to do the same thing. So
they sang a limerick. Are these
chanting,
undead?
As that happens, as I see maybe like I know what that looks like when you do that, right, Azriel?
Yeah, I just hold out my hand and just feel, and
Okay.
I can just sense.
Maybe I'm walking up these steps towards the children, and I'm rolling up my sleeves, and I can see you doing that, and I stutter and slow a little bit to see what happens when you do that.
Okay. There are no celestial, fiends, or undead within 60 feet of you.
Okay.
Does fiend also encapsulate demon?
Yeah. Anything from the higher or lower planes, or that is undead, and none of those things are present. Aside from like the stuff you expect, the limited ambient celestial or infernal energy from the three of you.
So I'm just going to turn towards the party.
I give you the look of like nothing. Like there's no. I don't
They're
sense
clean.
anything.
Go ahead,
And-
Percentage.
I just have an ease about my body. I feel much more relaxed. I feel good. And I'm just going to say,
"There's still some of us left. There's still some forest gnome children left. This was all worth it. All right, are we ready to go?"
What is
I
this?
think.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. All right. Volnak just says like, "I don't know. Are we?" And then looks pointedly at Raziel, knowing that, like, obviously sensing like there's some sort of tension going on. You're like,
Yeah.
like kind of catching on that he's very suspicious.
Is this motherfucker doing anything? He's still in that room, isn't he?
Yes. Yeah.
You
you can hear him. You can hear him like muttering to himself.
Yeah, I walk over to this room maybe as Volnak is saying that, and maybe that's why he says it, because he sees me walking towards him, and I say,
Yeah. He sees you and kind of recoils from your presence.
I say, "Why are you afraid of me, you weird-eyed looking motherfucker?"
He kind of like looks up at you. He's got like bits of food on his shirt, and he's eating all the ration that he was given. He looks up and just like hides, like pulls away from you, and like puts his back against the wall. A little string of ratty hair down his face.
I ask you a question. Are you afraid of me?
He says something in Gnomish. You don't understand it.
Persnidgatron, I need you to translate from this young man.
yeah, so I turn to the other four forest gnomes.
"Oh, I'll be right back. You stay here."
Give him a confident, warm smile.
Okay.
Head over with my blood and mud encrusted body all the way over to Kaminga.
Yes, Raphael.
Say that again, please.
And he you don't understand it, Raziel, but Percentatron, you hear the gnome say like, "I'm sorry, I don't understand you. Please don't hurt me."
Ask him why he's afraid of me. Maybe you translate that to me back. Do you? I assume you do. I'm assuming.
I'm going to turn to him and I'm going to say in Gnomish.
You don't have to be afraid. I'm one of you, and this is one of my friends. Are you afraid of him?
He nod. So Raziel, you see him nod and then point at you and then say to Percentatron, "Of course. Look at his horrible face."
I look back and I've got like a stupid smile. Like, what's that?
Yeah.
Why does he not like my face?
So I look at Raziel and I look back and I chuckle.
It's not nice to fear someone who's ugly.
And I have myself a little chuckle.
What is he saying? What is so funny? I need to know.
I
I'm
turn to Raziel and
perplexed
go,
on the situation.
He finds your face a little bit upsetting.
My eyes sneer and I turn back to him. Say, ask him why he's afraid of coming out of this cave. Perhaps he knows what's going on in this other one with all the blood.
Well,
what was the name of large-eyed, triangle-eared
You don't
Shakespeare
know.
hair? I don't know.
No, you've never asked his name.
well, why don't you come out and join the other four? I don't even think I've asked your name. Who are you?
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion check. Persuasion check. Oh, God, I have inspiration. I don't know if I want to use it.
15. All right, that's not bad. His name. Let's see, where'd my gnome names go? Let's see here. Okay, he looks up at you, and you can see he's trying to figure out what to do because he's like looking at your friend. He's like, I don't know, like your friend's with this like really scary looking dude, and I don't know if I can come out. I don't know if it's safe. And then he like puts his hand out to you to like help him stand.
I extend my little arm and pull him to his feet.
He pulls himself to his feet, and crumbs kind of fall off him. He picks up his blanket and wraps it around his shoulders, and he says in Gnomish, he's like, "My friends call me Shale." Like tugs on, and you know it's not like a common. Either he's got a weird name or that's not his real name.
Giving myself that name.
Shale. Yeah. Well, it's not typical for us forest gnome people to have such a rock-based name.
He nods and he says, "It's not my real name. That was taken from me. I'm in exile." And he holds his hand out, and you can see he's got like a mark on his palm, and the mark means in the like language of the rock gnomes, it means thief. And
What is he show? What does that mean, Personagetron?
Well, this is
I just repeat what you said, Adam. I'm not going to
Okay.
repeat it in a high-pitched voice.
Yeah,
They heard it.
yeah. he's in exile. Yeah.
Yeah.
His name is Shale.
Why was he exiled? Surely he must have done something to award that.
well, Shale. What is it that you did to earn you this mark?
He looks down at his feet, and you know you can see him trying to sort of swallow his pride. And he says, I stole from one of the soldiers' camps a sword, a traveling pack, some rations. I'd hoped to escape the valley before things got worse. It was a cowardly act. At a time when everyone, and he gestures at you, and everyone was signing up to fight the rock gnomes. All I wanted was to flee. I see the error of my ways now. I'm lucky not to die in this horrible tomb. Please. And he looks out past you at the door. He's like, don't tell the others. I'll go. I'll be on my way. And if I can survive to the surface, then it's the gods' will. Don't leave me with them. If they find out, they'll take my food and abandon me here. I didn't mean anything. I know it was a foolish act.
Those times are long past, Shale. There's not many of us left. Being fearful and running from each other isn't going to do good anymore. It's time for you to stick together with us and join us. Please come out with the others. Have no shame about your past. It was a difficult time. I'm glad you're here, Shale.
And he looks at you, and you can see that like this is probably the nicest any other rock gnome has been to him in a long time. And he takes a shuddering breath and nods, and he says, "You're right, of course. You're right." And he follows you out of the cell.
I look up. I have no idea what just happened, but you seem to have done a good job of acclimating him to other people. Good job, Personagetron.
I'm simply going to stand up in front of everyone and say in common tongue so everyone understands me. This is
Shale.
I'm going to just openly speak of his past.
Yeah.
And say,
but this is no reason for him to be ashamed, and he's one of us. We will treat each other well, and we will escape this together, and only together. We will rebuild the forest gnomes as one.
And as you're speaking, you can see that he's like looking down, and his cheeks are blushing a deep green, and he's sort of instinctively like using his illusion magic to make himself like sort of obscured. But as you speak, you can see him kind of get through that, and he pushes that urge aside. And Dim and Marla look sort of suspiciously at him initially, but as you speak, they kind of nod, and Dim says, he gestures with an open hand. He says, "Come here, boy. You're a forest gnome, and that's all that matters." And he brings him over, and Marla and Dim like give him a big hug, and the girls kind of like smile, and they all start talking as they bring him over and embrace
But like,
him.
what kind of smile? Like that kind of smile?
They both. I mean,
what does the smile sound like?
they're twins. They're twins, so they're inherently like they're twins and they're kids. So they're inherently a little creepy and weird, but it doesn't seem to you to be anything obviously malicious. They just kind of like smile, like yes, everyone's smiling.
Adam,
when you say to me, do you mean to Volnok or to Berg? I'm just being silly.
Yeah,
Being
I
silly.
mean to anyone in the room.
ruminating more about that the bloody prison cell. What? Can you repeat what you said to me when I rolled the investigation roll? Because I feel like
Sure.
I filled in some holes there when I shouldn't have.
Sure.
I know
So
you said it was coming out from the center, right?
It appears like there was a central spot the blood came from, and was splashed around kind of all at once. There's blood on the ceiling, blood on the floor, bit of blood on the far wall, and then there's older blood stains that look more like smeared, like someone tried to clean them up or they were wiped up, and those are underneath the newer kind of fresher splatter.
All right. I'm going to do what I originally wanted to do. And I, once again, lift up my cloak on my arms and walk over towards the kids and openly say, "Gods forgive me." And I just grab the child's head and open up their mouth to see if there's blood stained on their teeth.
All right, well, so I want to know if anyone reacts to Volnak or to Raziel walking over, being like, "God's forgive me," and like going to grab this kid, because a bunch of other stuff's gonna happen, right? Like, I just want to get a PC's input. Do any of the PCs do anything? Personagetron particularly?
I am finally feeling relaxed in the situation, and as he walks over there, I assume he said, "Gods forgive me," and just opens the mouth.
Right, so he's walking over. Okay.
I'm like grabbing their mouth and trying to open up their
Well, so you
face.
go to grab the kid.
Yeah.
Both girls scream in unison and try to flee from you. Dim and Shale both leap to like hold you back. And Marla screams to like grab the kid. So there's a big like kerfuffle. Why don't you make like an athletics check to like grab one of the girls?
Oh, this should go well. And a -1. I don't have advantage. Here we go.
Oh, for God's
That's
sake.
a 5.
Okay, all right. So you lunge for him. I think that and this is Personagetron. I don't know. Maybe this elicits some pride in you, but gnomes know how to fight off the bigger folk, right? And so Raziel, when you go to grab the kid, Shale has already found his way behind you and like crouched down behind your legs, and Dim pushes you in the hips, and you tumble backwards over him and land on your ass.
As I'm falling, I'm just saying, "It's on the teeth. It has to be on the teeth."
And they all, the three of them run into the room, and then these two kind of are on either side. Of,
I
right.
I dart on top of Raziel, and I put the crossbow right at his throat.
Yeah.
And I'm standing because he's on his back, and I go,
What is the matter with you? What's the meaning of this?
Check the children's teeth. Someone was feeding in that room. Something
The
hung
girls,
from
the girls are
ceiling.
both crying, and Marla's trying to calm them down.
I think
Look
Volnak-
for the blood
Talking about
stains,
Raziel, what is this
Personagetron.
madness?
Look for the blood stains. And I like go into your mind and say, they are evil. I've like lost it at this point.
I grab Raziel and throw him against the wall and be like,
I'm on the
"What
ground
are you
still.
doing?"
No, I'm on the ground. I got a crossbow
Yeah.
to throw. You don't have
Everybody's-
enough
You
of
can't just
it.
throw me around, all right? I'm a human
I
being.
grab Volnak and I'm like, what is he doing?
I grabbed the goat and pinned the goat against the wall. This is insane.
All right, everybody is grabbing everybody else and shaking them and saying things like, "What's going on here?" and "Where are the drugs?" But
Where is she?
yeah, just a lot of that happening all at once, echoing off the walls.
So you said check the children's teeth.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what
just screaming
everyone
like,
hears.
there will be blood stains. If they have truly, I don't know, taken in the blood of whatever. the blood of the creature.
Personagetron, hold on. What are you trying to say, Raziel?
Something hung from that ceiling. Volnak. Go look at the
Easy,
blood.
Personagetron. If there's nothing wrong with these two children, then I'm sure they have no problem calming down. I understand. He sort of just attacked you. I'd be a little afraid too. But if you'd be kind enough to just open your mouth so we can check something.
That is all I wish
The
to do.
The kids are like sobbing inconsolably, right? They're like holding on to each other and like shuddering with terror and crying, and Marla's trying to calm them down. Nobody in that other room is listening to anything that's happening out here.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, everyone be quiet. And I'm going to turn to the other gnomes, and I'm going to say,
Look at me right now. Look at this.
Yeah, and everyone's looking.
I will make sure that nothing bad happens to you. I will not excuse my friend's actions. It was completely out of line, but I need you to see me right now. Nothing bad will happen to you as long as I am here.
Unless you're monsters.
Now, Raziel is likely a fool. You're singing the songs of my people. I know of Overlook. Children, please do me the simplest favor to show what a fool Raziel is.
and I sort of like push the crossbow deeper into his throat. Yeah.
Fuzzwick, Tinkle, just open your mouths.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm using inspiration on this one, just so you know.
Yep.
I'm burning that.
Okay.
I want this shit. Okay, let me unmark inspiration and roll a persuasion check.
Oh, what a...
All right, double 17s. It's
That's good.
It's good, yeah. So you say that, and Marla kind of like is like watching you while she speaks, and then she shakes her head like she's embarrassed the whole thing is happening, and she manages to calm the kids down enough that they're like sniffling in that big dramatic way that little kids do, and they're done crying, but they don't want it to seem like they've given up on the big cry, and I think Dim gets out of the way just to let you, Personagetron, into the other room. He's still standing by the door, but he moves out of the way to like let you come in.
Okay.
And once you're in the room, it's like
I
it's like
stand
taking
up as I brush myself off as he walks in and lets go of the crossbow on my neck.
Okay. Dim and Shale both look at you like, don't move, we're gonna get you. It's like taking the kids to the dentist, right? Like they're just like big sobby tears coming down their face, but they like open their mouths. They obviously they haven't brushed their teeth in a long time. Their teeth are in some disrepair, but they have like regular gnomish teeth. Tinkle is missing a couple in the front because she's a little kid and she's getting her adult teeth in. So they're just like little kids with little kid gnome teeth.
Well, great. I'm glad we can put that behind us and actually do something productive.
All right.
I just put up my hood and maybe just walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Just walk down shaking my head.
Children, I'm terribly sorry for my friend here and his actions. He let paranoia get the better of him.
Personagetron, can you make a perception check for me?
Oh, fuck!
See? I fucking
Why
knew
did I
it.
use inspiration? No!
Oh, God!
Oh, shit!
Oh, no.
Oh, you motherfucker!
Okay.
Oh.
So for those listening at home, Sean got a 5. Thanks, Sean. All right. So what now?
Stop it, Adam! Just fucking stop, all right? We're wasting time. The Rock Gnome King is he's still alive, laughing on his fucking jewel throne, probably. We're fucking around with some stupid kids.
I feel really dumb to have caused such a scene, but I still, I say, Azrael, will you join me in the cell, please? And I can explain myself.
You better.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
I follow like right behind you. I'm pissed that you just almost attacked some kids.
Yeah,
I think
I'm in the cell, and I cast light to illuminate the room as bright as possible. Just in the
Volnak
center.
follows along because he wants to know what the fuck's going on. He doesn't care if he didn't want me there.
When Raziel summons light, this isn't the like brilliant light of the sun that we've seen before. This is the strange writhing sun of the under realms. And so the shadows kind of crawl at the edges. It's still, clear, bright light, but there's something funny about the room. Like it makes you a little uneasy. Like you keep seeing stuff in your peripheral vision and then looking and it's not there. And it's just a product of the weird shadows that this light casts.
Okay.
But you're able to see and have a clear vision of the blood stains on the floor, the places where it's seeped into the cracks in the tile.
Yeah, and I explain myself. I say, look, there, something could have hung from the ceiling, and those creatures outside could have fed on this. You can see how the blood is pooled in this area and scattered across the room. What else would cause that, Azrael? You tell me. I'm not the fool here.
This could be
Why don't we just ask that dude?
This could be a torture room. Can I look and see if it looks like the blood splatter of a whip of someone being tortured? Like,
yeah, you can take a look around the room. You can investigate.
Investigate.
Yeah.
I can just imagine us wasting an unimaginable amount of time here.
I mean, that's roleplay.
Yeah. I mean,
okay, you got an 8. All right.
Oh,
so yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. The blood is kind of everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Volnak's there too. Can I?
I'm kind of
roll an
distracted.
investigation?
I'm distracted by this evil light that's being cast.
Yeah.
It's kind of distracting me.
Yeah, I think you all have time if you just like want to look around the room.
Volnak's getting like, just wanted to put this to rest so we can. Great, good shit.
Good. Okay. Thanks, Volnak.
I'm the only
Great,
one that
there's blood.
rolled well on this shit, God damn it. No one else believes me.
I was gonna say, have you ever heard the story of Cassandra?
Yeah. I know.
Yep.
I'm just like, Volnak, do you not see it? How am I the only one that sees this? You are blinded. You only see the good in people.
Perhaps you're blinded and are getting a little fidgety because you haven't sacrificed anything.
I wince at you, and how dare you? How dare you bring that up?
I bet you feel at home in this room full of blood and dark shadows.
Damn!
How fresh is this blood, Raziel?
Did I get a sense of that when I tasted it? I didn't, right? I rolled pretty poorly.
I mean, your general investigation stuff for the room.
I rolled a 19 on that.
Yeah, I would say, the blood, if you had to guess, like, there's the under layer, which it's impossible to tell how old that is, but the blood on top is fresher than that. But it could be a month, it could be a week.
Okay.
It's hard to say. It's all congealed.
I sneer at Volnak as he says that and ignore his words and turn and say, a month, maybe 2. Those kids would have seen it. They would have been in this room. They said they have not left it for quite some time. Was I mistaken?
That's true. Why was the door broken too?
You know who else might have seen it? The one across the way. He certainly would have heard something.
His eyes are fucked up,
him?
yes. And I just realized
Yes.
he didn't say anything about that.
Let's bring him in here and with Personagetron.
So you look outside in Personagetron, you and Shale are talking, and Shale is maybe telling you about I don't know, like about the village that he grew up in. He's obviously like he's got that relief of a guilty conscience that's been kind of like his secret's out. So he's got that little like he's like slightly over talkative now, and so yeah, when you come out, Azrael, Shale is like, and there was this girl in the village. She was the most beautiful girl I'd ever seen, but she was wedded to the miller. And
Personagetron,
Yeah.
could you bring Shale with you inside over here for a minute? I wanted to ask him some questions about his hometown.
I stand up.
Shale looks at you, Personagetron, and he says in Gnome, she's like, I've seen that look before. I've been asked plenty of questions in my time down here.
Yeah, I put a reassuring hand on his shoulder, and I look back to Azrael, and I say,
It's just questions this time, right?
I swear upon the fountain I will not harm him.
Oh, if he swears upon the fountain, I mean, that's relatively significant for him. So I mean,
it's a fairly serious oath.
Yeah, I mean, like you don't swear on the fountain like every Tuesday, right? This is like a rare thing. So let's just go to the room, Shale. Come on, I'll be fine. I'll come. Look, I'll come with you. I'll come.
All right, if you go with him, Personagetron, then that's fine. He'll go.
Yeah.
So now Berg is just fucking here, just like, yup. What the fuck's happening?
But what did he sound like?
What are we doing here?
Personagetron, could you ask him what sounds he heard outside of his cell? Like, if he's heard anything from the cell next door, any odd noises, any conversations you overheard.
Shale, how long have you been here, do you think?
He shakes his head. I don't know. Too long.
Ballpark, like, are we talking days or?
Baseball is a very popular sport among the forest gnomes. He says, no shorter than a few weeks, no longer than a few months. I've been unconscious more than once. When I first came here, I was resistant. The rock gnomes, they don't like it when you resist. And you can see he's got like a scar on his forehead from like being hit in the head. And when he says that, he like shudders.
I shudder too, man. That's good. Jesus.
Well, when you were in your cell, did you hear anything unusual in this cell? Or see anything even?
He says they kept the door shut most of the time. I was trapped in there with a few others before they were taken. I heard plenty of strange noises. Screaming. Lots of screaming. But whether it came from this room or any other, I don't know. They kept the door shut.
What did the screaming sound like? Was it screaming just of our people?
He looks at you with like a dead stare, and he says, I wish I couldn't hear it, but I hear it all the time. The horrible echoes. It was the suffering of forest gnomes, I'm sure of that.
Were there any other sounds that you remember?
He nods. The sounds of the machines. Horrible things. Clanking and clattering. The sounds of tearing. People being hurt. I think they wanted us to know that we were next. Thank all the spirits I never had my turn.
When you heard the screaming in the cells...
You don't understand anything he's saying.
Yeah, this is all in Gnomish. We have no idea.
He doesn't speak common.
I didn't say any of this.
In Celestial, in Celestial, I'll say, put a knife to his throat. I bet you will get our information faster.
No, he's obviously frightened. Personagetron, ask him if he heard any other sounds of like creatures he didn't recognize, but anything besides just screaming and machines.
And in this particular cell, across the way.
Yeah. So I haven't told you guys shit yet, but that's fine. I mean, I'll transfer you update it. Yeah. Okay. So relay the information to you, and then I take your inquiries. You know, I'm like a big sticker on order shit. And then so I'm gonna say,
was there anything else, Shale? Beyond those two, there's been some suspicious things we've seen on the way in, and all we want to know is things that can help us on our journey ahead.
He shakes his head. He says, I've told you everything I know. There's nothing else.
Thank you, Shale.
I turn to Raziel and Azrael, whose names are anagram of each other, and I say,
no, just the sounds of horrible constructs torturing and hurting my people. Are you satisfied? May we go?
I look at the other two and say, one last thing, Personagetron, and I will end all of this. And I pull out my dagger and say, "This is an odd request, I understand, but may I taste your blood?"
He looks at the knife, right? He doesn't understand anything you say, but he sees you take a knife out, and he looks at you, Percentitron, like you motherfucker.
No, I hold his hand up.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
And I say
to talk to you.
I say to Raziel, like,
After what we've been through, another simple cut's no big deal.
and I just do a very simple. I take the knife and do the simplest of incisions right there on the back of my hand. So it's just a little bit of blood.
Yeah.
Put it on the blade of the knife and hand it back. And of course I do that because everyone does that.
Everyone does that, yeah.
I taste my own blood a little bit. Yeah.
I'd reach over, grab the knife, and slick the blood of my tongue. Does it taste the same?
Make an investigation check.
What? I gotta roll to see if it tastes the same.
You goddamn garbage
Oh
blood.
my god.
No,
Your
it
tongue
doesn't.
feels cold as ice.
Percentitron's his blood. It tastes great. It tastes like a spring. It tastes like a spring breeze
You
blowing
done
through a
fucked
meadow,
up, Snidgetron.
like a meadow of flowers. It tastes like a snow cone on a hot summer's day. It tastes like a candy cane in a cup of hot Coke. It's great. It tastes fantastic.
Really? Wow. Yeah.
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 I turn and say in
Magical.
Celestial, "I will end this questioning, but that is not the same blood that is on this floor. And if these two, and maybe I do air quotes, these two gnomes outside act on us, don't say I did not warn us."
I'm zooming 5 minutes ahead in my mind to the future where I'm trying to say to the kids,
He just wants to drink a little bit of your blood. Relax. He just wants to drink your blood. And then he wants to have sex with your blood. Relax. He's an angel, you know.
saying. He swore in the Dark Ones. It's a pretty important thing to him.
And I wipe the knife off on my robe and say, "We are done here, Percentitron. Thank you. And I apologize to you and to Shale." And maybe I
Thank God.
deeply bow towards Shale as a sign of respect.
deeply.
Deeply
I like
bow.
that word.
Deeply.
bow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, he just scowls at you like you're weird and I hate you.
That's fine.
Fantastic. Can we move on now?
Let's go.
Okay.
Purchasing.
Yeah. And he comes clopping over.
Yep. So Azure Vortex.
I'm like, but wait, the goat. I got him and
Yes.
tried to taste his
Can I
blood.
drink the goat's blood?
So Percentitron, you lead your goat outside, and yeah, Azure Vortex is just standing there by this column, holding the now almost out torch, just kind of staring, thousand-yard stare out into the tunnel.
Madam, may I ask you something?
She just kind of like turns and looks at you. She makes eye contact for a second and then like looks down, and she nods. She says, "Of course, Tianchi."
Why are you here? You seem out of place compared to the others. I can understand the gnome, but why are you here?
She reaches into a pouch at her side and she takes out a kind of semi-transparent, like rock crystal sort of sphere. And she holds it, and you can see little sort of wisps of air kind of blowing around it. And she says, "The rock gnome tried to have me killed for this. My companions," and she looks back at where Berg is standing. Well, at first I thought they were trying to kill me and take it too, but well, now 2 of the 3 of them are dead, and gods know why I'm here. Because I'm not anywhere else. And she puts it back in her pouch.
What is that device? Do you know?
She laughs. And it has the like sort of tinge of, this isn't like, that's funny. It's like a, God. And she kind of like laughs nervously and she says, that's the grand trick of it all. I have no idea. That's why I tried to get away from the monastery, from everybody, so that I could meditate and figure that out. But now I'm here amidst all this blood and terror, and I don't even know.
Seems odd. So much effort for such a small trinket that you yourself don't even know what it is.
She looks over at Personagetron, and maybe Personagetron, you're like, giving Torbisher a pep talk or something like down at its level, and she looks at you and she's Ferguson, and she looks over at you, Azrael, and she says, "This whole affair has been a lot of noise over small things."
Quite literally.
She shrugs.
What a multiple entendre. It's like there's gnomes, and it's relevant to the story, and we just wasted a bunch of time on fucking children.
She looks right into the camera when she says that. She gives you the full Jim Halpert.
Oh fuck.
So yeah, she says that, and she's like a whole lot over small things.
Do you mind if I look at the object? I promise I will give it right back.
She hesitates. Like she takes it, she hesitates, but then she kind of like forces herself to make eye contact with you, and she nods, holds it out.
I would like to look into the thing and just see if I can tell what it is.
Make an Arcana check.
Okay.
I think Volnak's just hovering by the door right now.
Nope.
Okay.
God,
We're
no.
having
You,
horrible rolls today.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, you got a 6, so no. There's something. I'll say this. It's like hearing a few notes of a familiar song, but not being able to place where you heard the song or what song it is. That's the closest analogy I can get on putting this thing in your hand.
Okay, just. So it's like just a swirling orb of mist.
Yeah, it's not even, the orb itself doesn't move or show anything. It's like a nicely crafted, there was a larger piece of some kind of blue stone, like lapis, or I guess it's crystal, so not like lapis, but it's like a blue crystal that was cut into a sphere. It's been worn smooth, and it, like, just looking at it, if you saw it on a table, it would roll off a table, but if you saw it just sitting there, you might not think that it was magical. But holding it, you can feel like a slight breeze blowing around it, and that's about it.
I've never seen such a device. What are we saying, JP?
No, by all means. I'm wanting to set an alarm right outside here. So.
Okay. Well, here you go, madam. Hopefully you find the answers you're looking for.
Yeah, she takes it from you, and she says, the last few days have forced me to reevaluate my priorities, Tianchi. I hope that I live to continue to evaluate them.
Thinking of family by any chance?
She smiles. She says, maybe. I'm trying to stay focused.
As you should. But never keep your family too far from your thoughts. They're the one place you can always feel comfort.
She bows to you, and it's like a particular, the kind of bow you would give a teacher. So she puts her hands in front of her, she bows to you, and she says, "Yes, Tianchi."
All right.
Are we ready to go now?
Yeah.
Or have we wasted enough time?
I stand up
First
from one.
Ninjatron, are the gnomes secure? Do you think they'll be safe while we're gone?
Yeah, no, everything seems great. Yeah, no, First are good to go, ready to go. Everything seems in good order, and we've investigated the children very, very thoroughly, and they appear to be children still. So yeah, no, let's go.
Razio, would you like to attack them one more time?
I snare as I'm standing up on one knee from setting the mental alarm right in front, and just look at you, put up my cloak, keep to myself.
Well, if we have no more preparations, then I think we're off to slay us a rock gnome king. I start marching down the hall.
Okay. So as you head out into the caves, you see behind you in the waning light, the two girls just standing by the door watching you as you leave.
Wait, we've been this way.
You have.
The girls watching us.
Wait. Okay, so here's what I'm going to say.
We're basically backtracking.
I already looked through the back room, so unless you want to try that as well. Then I'll have to. If you go through this area, I'm just going to get real fucking upset. I might want to see your teeth, Sean. I'll have to recast this alarm.
I want to make a look at the girls and just see what if they're looking at us in awe or if they're just glad we're leaving. See if
make an insight check.
Are their eyes red yet?
Okay. There's a sense in there. They're standing by the door. They're holding hands, and the sense that you get from their body language and from the expression on their face is that they are kind of afraid but glad to see you go, because that was very traumatizing for them.
Okay. Goodbye, children. Keep the adults safe.
Yeah, they don't say anything or move. They just like watch you leave.
Wait a minute.
Prestigion has just run off.
Yeah, he's just taking off.
Yeah, wait.
He's gone.
Hold on. I'm trying to. Oh shit, my shit froze.
The hell did you
Okay,
go?
hold on.
I don't
I'm
know
coming
where
back,
you
guys. I'm coming back. Wait, guys.
Wait, that's going back from where we came. I don't know if there's.
We've reached a dead end. We have to go back.
So, your characters have only spent maybe, like 12 hours or so in this underground lair. We as players have obviously spent a lot more time than that, and it's easy to forget where things are. I will remind you that there are tunnels you have not investigated.
Yeah.
The hallway of Infinite Doom, where you all got meat grindered earlier. If you go south from there, there is a tunnel to the west where the reinforcements came from behind.
Yep.
To attack you.
We also missed the room right when we walked in as the angels.
Yes, there's also the strange room that had the dust piles around it where the beholder thing went.
All right, guys, follow me.
Where's my goat?
Adam, I do want to make note. The alarm that I casted was not the audible one. It is the mental alarm that allows me to. It pings me when something walks out of there within a mile of me.
Okay. Perfect. All right.
Yeah.
Now, if you tell me where you want to go, I'll just grab the whole party and I'll drag you over there. You don't have to walk yourselves all the way through.
Bring us back to the hallway of death with the firewall was. Because I think that's everything we want to go to is that or further back, I think.
All right. I will grab everybody and I will move you over there. But first,
You guys see that dead spider that we killed? What a bitch.
to make some rolls. Okay. All right. Let me move y'all.
Oh!
I'm moving you again. Hang on.
I'm gonna zoom out until
I'll grab everybody and
Great.
pull you to the hall.
Hey, look, my drawn tent is still there, man. Tight.
The gods move us.
So this represents, just 15 minutes of sort of traipsing through the blood-soaked hallways. And if anything, what's unsettling is that they don't seem to have repopulated or cleaned up, right? There's just bodies lying on the floor where you left them. You climb over Gideon and Ramus's body on your way back. And then you reach this hallway.
I think as we go over the Ramus and Gideon's bodies, Berg says, "I'm so glad my friends died so we could torture children."
Uh-huh.
Voicing his displeasure now that other people are around.
I'm in the back, so I don't hear you. Otherwise, I would have.
All right.
No,
While
he's
you're
just saying
doing
it to
that, I'm
himself.
actually just going to briefly check back down this way, because I remember there was something in this great hall room. Because I remember exploring around this area very thoroughly.
Oh yeah, you can use a D-pad to move around. That's cool.
The cog, the big cog wheel. There's no other exit from that area. You're not missing anything there.
Yeah, I thought I explored all this stuff, but
yeah, there's a side tunnel that connects two arms of the cog, but there's nothing else in there.
Yeah. Okay, here I go.
Adam, when we pass, how old are these bodies when we pass over the Rock Kings right here, where I'm at? Or sorry, the Rock
less
Gnomes.
less than 24 hours. They were killed less than a day ago.
If one of their heads are still there, and I can easily get to their teeth as we pass by, I just want to lean down, open up their helmet, and look to see at their teeth to see if they are.
Yeah, there's a bunch of dead rock gnomes. You crack open one of their face masks on their helmet and open their jaw. Yeah, so they have pretty much the same. Well, make an investigation check. Everybody, wait a second. The dark dentist needs to do his work.
That's 15.
Okay,
That's 15.
Sure.
I am the dark dentist.
Look, I made a fool of myself, so I feel like an asshole. So I'm trying to right this wrong.
They have fundamentally the same biological structure, tooth-wise, as the forest gnomes, except that the rock gnomes, they file their teeth. So their teeth are like obviously tooled to be sharp. So all of them are sharp. But biologically, they're pretty similar to the forest gnomes.
Are they bloodstained?
Um,
That's what I was really looking for on both of the.
There's bits of like meat caught between their teeth, and there's like a dark sort of staining around the gums. But it's not like they have like blood wash. It's a fluid, so it washes away pretty easily with saliva.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, if they were eating, I'm interpreting it as if a human eats another human, eventually the fucking gums and the teeth start to stain blood red. Right?
Yeah.
Am I incorrect in thinking that?
I mean, your
right.
diet does affect that. There's no, I mean, it's you're gonna need more information about gnomes. Like even with a 15, make a medicine check.
16.
All right. Okay. Yeah, these creatures, like, they file their teeth because they eat. You couldn't use these teeth to eat vegetables. Like you can't. You have to grind vegetable matter. So they eat only meat, which is pretty much the opposite of forest gnomes. Forest gnomes only eat like fruits and vegetables. Their sharp teeth are for breaking the rinds.
Is that?
I mean, you're starting to develop like a pretty good, like, you could go home and write a paper about this that could get published in a university, like the dental biology of the gnomish people.
I gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, you got a pretty good idea of of their diet from their teeth and from what's stuck in them.
I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck those bodies were doing in there. That's all I'm doing. Let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
I'm aware of what you're doing.
As a player, I get it.
Yeah. I know it looks
In
weird
game,
as
it's
shit
like,
as a character.
What the fuck are you doing?
But it fits my
Look at the
character,
teeth.
man. That's
Oh,
what
no,
I
it
do.
totally does, yeah. It also fits my character to scold you.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm totally okay with that.
Okay. All right. So from here, yeah, there is the hallway this way that was blocked off by the metal grate that's now been raised. It's no longer there. And then somewhere down this direction, there is that kind of temple-looking building you saw the front of.
Okay. Azure Vortex has her torch out, right?
Yeah, somebody needs to mark another torch off their inventory. Actually, you're gonna need to mark several because it's been a while. Say mark 3. Somebody mark off 3 torches, or as a group. And then she's got a torch in her hand.
How many torches are in Traveler's thing?
10, I think.
I don't have any torches in mine. I have a 10. Oh no, I have 10. Okay, I'll just put 7. I got it.
All right.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so I guess she'll kind of head up here and shine a light.
7 torches.
So the hallway here is natural, like a combination of natural stone caves and excavation that's been widened by their digging, and continues the same kind of vibe of the archaeological site that you've been seeing so far.
Where's my hawk?
That's back here. I got it.
Okay. All right. Here, I'll bring them up with me and move them together.
Okay.
Now that I found you can control with the directional pad, I like this a lot more.
Yeah.
What is this pool of water on the left here?
Yeah. So here's the thing. You continue up this hallway, and to your left, you can see a pool. It's about let's say like a 10-foot drop, and there's a pool of still cold-looking water. You can see some like cave fish swimming around in
You
it.
guys are where I'm not. Hold on.
Yeah, you gotta catch up. There's
where
a
the fuck do I go?
single spike of stone coming up out of the pool, and it's got like algae and stuff growing around the edges of it. And then at the very edge of your vision, way over here, you can see what looks like a carved stone bridge that leads north-south over this pool of water.
Well, I will cast light on the piece of rock that is tied to the falcon's talon.
Okay.
And I will go into his eyes, and then I will fly over the shit and see what the fuck is in here in the falcon's eyes.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So the falcon can fly forward. You can see the back wall of whatever this chamber is, basically straight ahead of it to the west. To the right, there are 2 sort of stone structures, little like towers that go up into the ceiling. And then once you get there, we'll stop.
I mean,
but I'll
I
describe
fly
the rest
right
of it.
here. Yeah. I'll do that last. You tell me what I do. But
Okay, and then to the left, there's a curved surface of another sort of cylindrical building that curves from like along the east-west axis to the left. Your bird, flies over there, and then you want to take it on a right turn and go through there. Okay, everybody stop moving your ship because as soon as the bird gets there, obviously the sentries see it, and it gets.
I like the bird just like looks up.
What's its armor class? Because it gets shot at 3 times.
It is that.
It's the same as a hawk. And it has one,
13. It's his dex is plus 3, so 13.
Okay, it's got 1 hit point. So let's.
It does have 1 hit point.
It's if it gets hit, it's pretty much dead.
Yes, I could just summon another one. It's okay.
It takes time though, right?
It takes a lot of time. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So 3 dart attacks, and I'll just stop on the first one that hits. There it is. Okay.
Oh yeah, it doesn't take too long with Adam rolling.
So. That's what happens. Your vision, you're suddenly like kicked back into your own head as you hear a thump, and then the bird spirals and you hear a wet like splat as it hits the ground.
I whisper, "We are not alone," and then maybe into Azrael's mind, I tell him, forward and to the left inside the two buildings. There's 2 guards on the left, 1 on the right. And then I basically motion to everyone else just to shut the fuck up.
All right. Well, everybody's got to roll initiative because the sentries are alerted now. They're going to come out and start looking.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Well, it's a good thing I'm so far ahead.
12 Reno.
Let me clear these giant spiders.
Watch this sickest initiative roll ever. Here it comes. Yeah!
Wow.
Oh my god.
Dude, what? You can't hype things, all right? You cannot hype things.
Yeah.
Critically.
The game will punish you every time.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
I just react to when I roll good.
Wait, does the bird still giving light? It's still dead there on the ground with the light cantrip, right?
I guess technically it is, yes.
Yeah.
You're not wrong about that. It's the bird is dead, but the rock is still giving up light.
Sentries just keep shooting at it because they're too dumb to understand that it's dead. It's like it still has light.
All right, so let me roll for these little dudes. There's two of them. There's a rock gnome.
Why don't we take a break before we start this fight? Or can we get like first actions and then we'll take a break? We're like 3 or 4 minutes off.
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
All right.
Let's just take a break because I really. Oh, that's right. I brought Kleenex. Never mind. I don't need to blow my nose.
All right.
Fuck it. I'm here forever. Let's go.
All right, hang on. I just got one more initiative to roll.
Feels good. Feels good to blow my nose.
I like that you had you decided not to mute. You're like, see, I wasn't lying.
Okay. All right. So let's order this stuff. It looks like Azure Vortex is the first to go. So she, I guess you. So what did you say, Reza? You're like, they know we're here. Or
I said we are not alone out loud, and then into Azrael's mind with awakened mind, I said, to the left, to another left, inside the 2 huts. There are 2 guards on the left, 1 on the right.
Okay.
And then
I think she's gonna hold her action.
And then out loud, I went like everyone shut the fuck up.
Okay. All right. So here's the thing that occurs. So she's gonna ready in action. She'll attack the first target that she can see that comes in range. But as soon as she's done, the water that you see under the bridge, it churns and splashes, and flying up out of the water, you see 4 basically swords. They're long, bright silver long swords with a long kind of a tassel hanging from the end of the handle, and they splash up out of the water, turn their blades towards you, and fly in your direction.
Towards the east over here? Or whatever direction?
They fly over here.
Oh, boy.
I'm glad I positioned myself there.
I'm glad I'm way up to the top side like this, like being all top side like.
Yeah. How do you fight a sword?
All right. So yeah, these flying swords come hurling towards you through the air, and then they'll make some attacks before their turn is over.
That sounds good.
So, Raziel, 2 of them attack you.
Oh boy.
There's the first one. There's the second one.
Haha.
Looks like they both miss. So you're able to like duck out of the way as they fly past you.
Watch
I'm
me get fucked
I'm empowered
up.
by the blood.
And then Berg, one of them attacks you.
Good, the one with lower AC. It's like they knew.
Oh, miss. Okay. And then Volnak, you get attacked by one.
Okay.
And that one
Little
also misses.
bitch ass
Right?
swords, get them out of here.
So they're flying around, and you're ducking them and avoiding their swinging blades. And Raziel, you can go.
I would like to disengage. I can disengage 30 feet.
So you're going to take the disengage action and the move action, and that's your turn?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll go back here and right here. And then that's my action.
That's your turn. Yeah. Okay. All right. So these alerted rock gnomes, they're going to start moving.
We'll go till Berg's action, and then we'll make a break.
Okay, perfect. All right. And then another 20 feet. All right. And then this guy, 5, 10, and 40. Okay. All right. So you can hear them percentage run. You can hear the rattling of their armor as they come dashing up the way here. And I guess you can, from where you're standing, you can kind of see. Yeah, I don't think you can see them quite yet, but you can hear them. You
Let
hear
me
them coming.
see if I can see them on my thing. I can see them.
Let's see. Yeah, you don't have line of sight to them though. But
Did you skip Azure Vortex's turn? What'd she do?
She's holding her action. She was waiting until she didn't know what to do, and so she was waiting until something came in range. But
Gotcha.
she will go. All right, Berg, take your turn.
Berg, take your turn. We're taking a break afterwards. Don't fuck up. Let's end it on a high note. Let's go.
Kill some shit.
Kill some shit.
Kill a sword? Okay.
Big Prince.
Dude, I'm imagining the Fallout wireframe where it's like head, proboscis.
Imagine you're a rust monster and you're attacking your sword from earlier.
What's that?
Imagine you're the
exactly
rust
right.
monster and you're trying to kill the sword this time.
Exactly right. It's Ghost of the Rust Monster with the sword. All right. I'm gonna fucking attack this sword that's closest to Berg. Just be like, fucking asshole. See if you take a war pick. Good shit.
You miss. You miss real bad.
These are tough swords, man.
They are.
How do you hit it's hard to hit a sword. They don't have a lot of surface area.
It's less that they're tough and more that it's a long thin object and you're trying to like bat it out of the air. So you take a swing at it, but it's to no avail. And you've got these shiny swords flying around you. Cool.
Great.
All
Let's
right.
take a break.
Let's take a break. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll come back and see if Percentron once again finds himself in trouble as he's at the front of the group. We'll find out
It
after
is
the
a
break.
good day to die.
We'll find out after the break as we go into hour 3. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.